Our second mentor and judge for the Better Photography Weekly Challenge is Raj Lalwani for the theme Togetherness. Raj is a photographer based in Bombay whose work is often inspired by the ordinary. In 2018, he was nominated as one of the 20 best emerging photographers around the world by Blow Up Press and Doc Photo magazine. His ongoing body of work, titled Difficult Loves, is a narrative of life in a joint family where the joints are rusted, if not broken. Raj, could you tell us about your ideas of family and how this work came to be?
Thank you, Tanvi, and thank you, Team Better Photography. I think we all share similar relationships with our families. Relationships that cannot be defined in a line and perhaps not even in words. For me, the act of making pictures at home has always been a way of confronting, understanding, and navigating a series of conflicting emotions that have over time assumed different meanings. I started making these photographs back in 2010, subconsciously, when a similar lockdown, a personal lockdown, a bout of chickenpox, had forced me to spend more time at home than I usually would. Photography at that time was only an escape, but this was also around the time that my whole approach towards picture making changed. From consciously going out to look for photographs, I started finding great delight in photographs finding me instead. A lizard forming a punctuation to an arc-shaped shadow, my kid brother's hand poking out of a cupboard, surrounded by all the stickers that I pasted onto that cupboard when I was his age. These were moments that can be about the immediate and the everyday. This was also the time that I discovered the works of photographers like Swapan Parekh and Saul Leiter, whose ruminations into the everyday greatly influenced the way I started to see. I then discovered Nan Golden, whose work grabbed my heart and squeezed it so hard, all through a certain use of artificial light that was both heady and attractive. Slowly, the openness to seeing a picture in my immediate vicinity became an urge, a need, and eventually a hunger that is constantly gnawing away at me. And so the only reason to make photographs at home for me was that I could not make photographs. It wasn't about preserving a memory or documenting the goings on in a madhouse caper of a house. It was mere maddening compulsion. My work, now shot over the past 10 odd years, is not meant to be a document of all that has happened in my house in these past 10 years. It's not meant to be a narrative of what a joint family in a privileged part of old world Bombay goes through. It's not meant to be a record, a memory, an archive. It's only a personal, emotional response to the way I feel. Yeah, thank you. Should we look at the pictures?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you for sharing your work with us, Raj. And for our audience, keep an eye out for our next videos where Raj gives advice on how to make pictures of our families at home.